Sylvanas was confirmed as the final boss of the Chains of Domination raid. Based on her looks, there have been hints of redemption, but at the same time, barely anyone really wants to see that. Blizzard confirmed that this will be the final and apparently the most epic battle, but that can be interpreted in so many ways. It doesn't necessarily mean that this will be the end of the Banshee Queen. So what's going on with Sylvanas? Will this be the end, or is the redemption arc incoming? I'd like to thank Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video. They've sent it to me about 6 months ago and it is amazing. You can put in 12 cards, you can put cash on the side, and it is just so much more practical than a regular wallet. There are over 30 colors and styles including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. There is a lifetime warranty and a test drive for 45 days, meaning if you don't love it, you can send it back. If you go to ridge.com/Doron, you can get 10% off as well as free worldwide shipping. Check out the link in the description below. All of you already know this story, but a quick recap is Sylvanas was raised as a Banshee, then freed, then fought against the Lich King. After the defeat of Arthas, she threw herself off the Frozen Throne, and that is when she realized that she can't even have peace in the afterlife and that everything is essentially rigged against her. This is when the jailer approached her and offered her a pact. We still don't know what exactly he plans, but apparently it is to break the Machine of Death and to free himself, returning death to the old state of things. Then Sylvanas did all the bad stuff in order to funnel more souls to her new master and to ultimately get powerful enough to defeat Bolvar and open the gateway into the Shadowlands. During all of this time, Sylvanas was more than confident and determined in her ultimate goal and the jailer-given mission. Initially, at the start of the expansion, she says that she's fighting to get free will back, as apparently Shadowlands is essentially enslaving all souls and just sending them into these ordered realms to serve a purpose. At this point, we don't know what the full extent is, and I do kinda agree with Sylvanas here partially. Shadowlands is really weird, to put it lightly. You served in life and were virtuous, you get sent to Bastion where they wipe out your memories and you forget about your family. You were a warrior soul and powerful, and you get sent to Maldraxxus to battle skeletons and abominations for all eternity. There really does seem like there is something wrong in this. However, I don't believe the jailer that is torturing, enslaving, and destroying souls in the most despicable ways in the Maw is the answer to this problem, which Sylvanas apparently believes. Few months ago in the Anduin cinematic, we have seen Sylvanas kinda beginning to falter, despite saying that she doesn't want to do so. After the Netherus was defeated, she asked the jailer, when are we going to save this guy? And he pretty much just abandons him, his arguably most important ally, and says that he already served his purpose. Interestingly enough, he also says that each soul serves their own purpose. I think this specifically takes Sylvanas off as, wait, you're fighting for free will, yet you decide which purpose each soul is gonna serve? Like, how is that any different? I'm guessing it seemed to her that her savior is just trying to replace one prison with another where he is the main guy. Then, as she's supposed to convert Anduin, she hesitates. Until now, it was unclear, but Sylvanas went with it anyway. Even though she hesitated, she turned Anduin into a new Lich King, and now the jailer used him to absorb the key from the Archon. However, once again, there is the look from Sylvanas that you see. As Anduin delivers the Mournblade, Sylvanas makes a face where, to me, it seems like she kinda regretted what she had done, seeing that she had a history with Anduin in the past. What I got from that look is that she felt like she did the exact same thing Arthas did to her, especially as she was virtuous in life as Anduin is. At this point, we don't really know much more, except from a few things. Blizzard said that the new raid will be the Sanctum of Domination, and that the final boss will be Sylvanas Windrunner, and they also said that this will be one of the most epic fights ever made in WoW, and that it will include all elements from her story, from the Ranger General to the Banshee to whatever she is now. Additionally, Blizzard also hinted that this is the jailer's main torture chamber and that the worst souls are present here, and that apparently we will see some characters that we know. I feel like this could totally be Arthas, as if we're going to see Sylvanas from the start, there is no way we can skip Arthas, as he is essentially the one that made her. They said that this will be the end. But of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll kill her. There was also the end of Garrosh in Mesa Pandaria, and then he was imprisoned and it was in another expansion. What I think will play a big role in that is the doubt in the jailer and his plan. I honestly don't believe they would put those hints with Sylvanas' looks in those two cinematics, yet she will end up loyal to Zoal until her ultimate destruction. However, a redemption storyline, in my opinion, is highly risky, to put it lightly, as how could she possibly be redeemed after all she had done? Despite trivializing death and all that stuff, she literally committed a million different atrocities. Here are a few scenarios I see happening. First off, we end up defeating her and she has a last moment of regret similar to Arthas at the end of Wrath of Lich King. Second, we could defeat her, but then we learn that just like Anduin, she was enslaved by the jailer, and with her last breath she puts a dent in the jailer's plans, which could also be a critical step for us. On the other side, in the case of redemption, I see two possibilities. Honestly, I don't believe that she will ever be like fully redeemed, as in, I'm free now, let's get back to Azeroth. I think in one scenario she could be redeemed, but possibly sent to Revendreth to make up for her sins for a really long time, as we did end up getting the realm back and running. Or she could be redeemed in terms of we kill her, but now at least we free her spirit and she gets the afterlife as a high elven ranger general that she once was. I do see this part being quite possible. Now, an additional scenario I've been thinking about relates to how they said the boss fight will progress. They said that we will see Sylvanas from her high elven days up to now. What if this bit here is the key for the future? Maybe there are multiple versions of Sylvanas, as after all, now we know that undeath is a really unnatural thing concocted by the jailer, so I'm guessing as we're in the heart of his chambers, the key to this undeath may lie within. What if Sylvanas' Ranger General soul is actually kept somewhere? Well, what she is now is inside her. It wouldn't be unprecedented, as after all we've seen Uther's soul being split, so it is definitely a thing in the Shadowlands. So I could see us freeing the pure High Elven soul from the jailer, and to throw it in additionally, we could also see Arthas and free the human paladin as well, and then he gets to restore the kingdom of Lordaeron. Definitely a huge stretch on my part, but it is an interesting theory nonetheless. Without a doubt, kinda cheesy, but I think that would be the best case scenario in case they do decide to go the redemption route while also keeping the character alive. However, I'm definitely excited to see this come to an end. I didn't expect we would face Sylvanas so soon, but I think it is really for the best, as they have been dragging her character around for nearly a decade. Thank you for watching. Check out what are the 3 keys the jailer needs by clicking on the screen, and also check out Donald's Academy for videos on real world history and science. See you next time.